At 6:37 p.m., the clock watches me, not the other way around. That's the important distinction. Its black hands hover, patient and predatory, like a spider poised above a web of desks. The clock knows it will win. It always does. The clock has power here. We do not. From the outside, my life looks enviable, polished, successful. I work for the company, the one whose name lands with weight when spoken aloud. When I tell people where I work, their faces change. Respect replaces small talk. Admiration slips into their voices. They imagine glass offices, decisive meetings, important work. They imagine freedom. I let them. The open plan office stretches endlessly, a concrete sea of identical desks where we sit hunched like penitents, shoulders bowed, eyes fixed on glowing screens that offer neither warmth nor wisdom. The room hums and sighs, alive with the breath of machines. Printers groan, emails ping impatiently. The air conditioning exhales cold indifference down our necks. We watch the clock. We always watch the clock. To leave first is surrender. It says you're finished. It says you're idle. It says you're not committed, not hungry, not worthy of the title you wear on your chest like a dog tag. So no one moves. We sit still, statues of self-discipline, afraid to twitch. I worked hard to get here. School, university, late nights, early mornings, essays written on borrowed laptops, exams taken on empty stomachs. Debt followed me like a shadow, lengthening with time, but I told myself it was worth it. This was the destination. This was the dream. Now the dream feels like a prison cell with an excellent marketing campaign. I think of my children. I always do at this time of day. They were asleep when I left this morning, curled like commas in their beds, sentences paused mid-thought. They will be asleep again when I return. I know their faces better in memory than in motion. I provide for them, I tell myself. This is love translated into hours and invoices. My wife feels like someone I once knew well, a stranger who shares my house and my history. We speak in updates and reminders, not stories. Our conversations are efficient, economical, empty. Two people side by side, but miles apart. The daily commute is a mind-numbing march of platforms and faces, tunnels and tickets. The same route every day, a hamster wheel disguised as a journey. The train groans under the weight of our misery, carrying our bodies while our thoughts trail somewhere behind. I catch the eye of a co-worker across the desk cluster. Just for a second, recognition flashes between us. Understanding, shame. Then his head drops, mine follows. We are embarrassed by what we see in each other. Compliance, cowardice, complicity. The office demands more than time. It demands body and soul. After-work drinks, weekend retreats, clubs and committees, and casual conversations where loyalty is measured by attendance. To belong, you must be visible. To be visible, you must sacrifice. I feel it tightening now, the walls, the expectations, the life built carefully around me brick by brick until I can barely breathe. I am sinking into something that wears my name but was designed for someone else. I remind myself of my obligations again and again, trying to make it sound noble, trying to make it sound true. A chair rolls somewhere behind me. My heart jumps. Hope is ridiculous like that. It springs up uninvited, fragile and foolish, like a bird in a windowless room. I glance sideways. Nothing. Just a woman shifting her weight, stretching her leg, trying to ease a cramp. She grimaces. The office settles. The clock ticks louder, smug in its unquestionable authority. I gasp for air. Then a collection of sounds. Fabric, zipper, files being gathered. Someone stands. Coat on, bag over shoulder. No announcement, no apology, just movement, decisive and dangerous. I smirk. Thank God for the weak. Another shirker not made of the right stuff. I make a mental note not to be seen with them. Reputation is fragile here, contagious too. One becomes two, two becomes several. The spell breaks. Chairs scrape, screens go dark. No courage needed. The first person has drawn all the fire. I smile broadly now. Victory. I rise from my own chair, stretching my arms, my back cracking like fireworks. Another win. Another test passed. I congratulate myself silently. I am strong. I am disciplined. I am closer to being a master of the universe. The phrase tastes good, familiar, safe. Then I freeze. As I stand there elevated for a moment above my desk, I realize something with startling clarity. I am guarding this place. No one told me to. No one needs to. I enforce the rules with my silence, my stillness, my judgment of those who leave. I watch over my own cage, keys jangling uselessly in my pocket. I am the guard, and I am the prisoner. The truth settles heavily, not with drama, but with certainty. No one has ever ordered me to stay. No manager has stood behind me with a stopwatch or a threat. The rules are invisible, and yet I enforce them with religious devotion. I measure the minutes. I monitor the movement. I catalogue who leaves and when. I remember faces. I remember weakness. I am not watched. I am watching. The desks line up like cells, neat and numbered, and I patrol them with sideways glances and silent judgments. I don't need a uniform or a baton. My approval is quieter than that, sharper. I punish with distance. I reward with inclusion. My behavior keeps everyone afraid, including myself. The access badge clipped to my belt is not proof of belonging. It is proof of my self-subjugation. I flash it at security each morning, and the gates open willingly, gratefully. They never stop me because I have never tried to leave. I lock myself in every day, then sit down and complain about the walls. The realization burns. I judge the man who left early because if he is free, then I am choosing not to be. I call him weak so I don't have to call myself complicit. Repetition becomes ritual. Stay, stay, stay. I stay to prove my worth. I stay to prove my strength. I stay to prove I am not afraid. But fear hums beneath it all, steady and electric. The work scrolls across my screen, urgent, important, meaningless. I guard the hours fiercely, as if they belong to the company and not to my life. Each minute surrendered feels like duty. Each minute reclaimed by someone else feels like betrayal. I lower myself back into the chair. It fits me perfectly. I am the guard who never clocks off. When I finally leave, the city greets me with indifference. Streetlights blink awake. The pavement carries me home step after step, as if it knows the way better than I do. On the train, my reflection flickers in the window, layered over tunnels and passing lights. Guard, prisoner, both staring back. At home, I stand in my children's doorway. They sleep unaware of time, untouched by clocks. I linger longer than I should. I promise them silently that this is for them. I repeat it until it almost sounds convincing. In bed beside my wife, I lie awake. The day replays itself sentence by sentence until the words lose meaning. Tomorrow I will return. I will sit. I will watch. I will judge those who leave and praise myself for staying. And the clock will keep needless watch, guarding the door of a prison only I can open.